Okay, so here we are with the build I'm going to do. This is Wicked Wanda's, which is a very popular kit with bar mills. Of course, this is the O scale version. And I'm going to be honest, I've already started this. So guess I'll let you all see me finish it out. From now on, if I do these type of videos, or when I do these type of videos, I will make sure I show you all the steps I take from the time I open the box to the time the kit is completely built and eventually put on the layout. So I'll show you what I've done so far, and then we'll take it from here all the way to the end. Okay, everyone, so as you can see, most of the building has already been constructed, and I apologize for that. It wasn't until I got to this point that I decided I might want to record it so people can see this kit put together. And so here we are. So like I said, I'll go ahead and finish out the build so you can at least see the remaining steps and the outcome. But before I tell you what has already been done and what still needs to be done, let me mention some of my errors. One is minor and one is pretty major. The minor thing is I've been on this kick where I've been detailing the interior of some of the structures on the layout, especially the ones that are going to be closer to the edge where people can see. Not sure exactly where this is going to go yet, but with the detail on it, I definitely want it to be visible. So if I decide I need to detail or want to detail it, my only option at this point is only to detail the first floor, and that's going to be tricky trying to get those items inside, but it can be done. The second floor will have to be masked off if I decide that. So at this point, I'm not sure if there's going to be any interior detail with the building or not, and it'll still look great and make a statement on the layout with or without the interior detailing. The second thing is, as you can see, nothing has been painted, and this structure is very delicate, and it's probably it probably would have been wise to paint it. So I'm going to be very careful with trying to do this, and hopefully won't regret it like I think I am. So of course it has to be primed, and then I have to go through and do my best to paint it up. So yeah, so let's move on to what has been done. Obviously the walls have been put together, the roof, the main roof has been put on, and I actually installed 2 doors. I also installed the decking that you see, as well as the stairwell right there. And so what has to be done at this point? At this point, the roof on the extension right here on the side, that needs to be installed. The railings on the decking have to be installed. And of course, the rest of the windows and the doors have to be installed. Then I need to detail the roof with shingles and get that going. And then obviously it needs to be painted. So what you're going to see me go through is adding the windows, the painted windows and doors, the roof on the extension, adding the details to the roof, and making sure I take my time in painting the entire structure. So that's what we're going to get to. So let me move on and get this process continued, I should say. Not started, but continued. All right, so here are all the parts that will need to be painted. The windows, the railings, the trim, the seals, and those resin details that go on the outside of the building. So I'm going to take these out to the garage and give them the rattle can treatment. And while I'm at it, I have another project, small project I'm working on. So I'm going to do the same thing with these while I'm down there. So I'll go get these painted up, get them taken off, and we'll take it from there. Okay, everyone, here's one last look at the structure before I prime it. A little bit nervous about this because this is kind of almost like the make or break state. So I guess without further ado, I'm going in. All right, folks, I'm back with the priming done. That's a big part of it, all the fine details. So everything that's painted blue is pretty much the trim, like the windows, the seals, the doors. That's the color I'm going to have for that. And then anything that's still gray, that means I still need to hand paint it, which is always fun. And then over here to the left, this is part of the project that I'm going to be doing for some air conditioning units I'm going to be putting on structure I have. So yeah, that was definitely fun, and it's a big part of the process that takes the structure to another level. And of course, there she is, all primed up. I'm feeling a little bit better about it than I was. Still got some things I need to do and some hurdles to get over, but it didn't go as bad as I thought. Originally I primed it with a gray primer, the entire thing. And then I put this base color, I think it's a color called Sand from Rust-Oleum. Kind of like a beigeish camouflage color. And put that on as a base color. So now I'll do some aging with some washes to give it an older look and see how that turns out. So I'm feeling a little bit better than I was before I got to this point. So now I think I'm going to paint the deck work, get these windows put together, doors put together, get them installed, get the roof on, and we'll be well on our way. So let me get the next step going and I will be back. All right, so I've got all the windows and doors ready to be installed. This is probably one of the most tedious parts to the build. It's not necessarily hard, it's just time consuming to do it correctly, especially on some of these windows that you see that have the windows up and the curtains coming out the windows. Just a little added element of detail. And then all these little trash cans and oil cans, getting those painted up and ready to go. But it's completed, and so I'm gonna move on to the next step, and eventually I'll insert these into place. Okay, so we've got the windows installed, the doors installed. I've got the trim put in. Also went ahead and painted the trim up around the arch there, it's a brownish color. I also added some decals. Wicked Wanda's, the kit actually does come with some decals, so I used a couple of those as well as some I had on hand. And I did add a couple of figures, so I'll take you in for a closer look. Okay, so on the right there on the extension, you see a decal, Dixie Grits. So So we're serving breakfast, advertising breakfast. If you look inside the window there, I did go ahead and add a couple of figures. It looks like there's a patron in the doorway, and that may be Wicked Wanda on the left. I don't know if you can see her, but it looks like she's sitting down inside there. And as I swing the building around to the side, another decal. You also can see how some of the windows are up with curtains blowing out. Kind of dirtied that decal up a little bit so it looks more ghost-like. I'll keep turning this around. I hope you're not dizzy yet. More detail work. I believe that trim, for the most part, is there. The horizontal trim, the same color as the windows, to block a seam. That's the only thing I can think of, but I think it does a good job with that. And here's the front of the building with another decal. That's Wicked Wanda, a picture of her on the front in all her glory. And of course you see the roof to the extension has been added as well. There's also a decal on the first floor right by the door to the left of it. So at this point in time, what has to be done is I need to add the shingles on the roof. And before I can do that, if you look, like on the extension, there's these notches that have to be trimmed off. I don't think it'll be too bad. Also up here on the main roof, so I'll trim those off, get those going. Of course, the railings, and then the sign. There's a sign, a Wicked Wanda sign. And then lastly, we'll be putting the seals on as instructed with the instructions to do. Save those for last. So we're moving right along. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this thing off and keep the project moving to the end. So I'll be back. Okay everyone, here's the moment we've been looking for. This is the finished product from Wicked Wanda's in O scale. So you see I've got the railings all installed. All of the rafters were in. And the signage for Wicked Wanda's is right in your face there. Got the roofing, the shingles installed and weathered, and some of them lifted for a touch of realism. And I'm very, very happy how this product turned out. And it's going to make a wonderful addition to the layout. I definitely have to get a few more of these kits from Bar Mills because I believe they add a lot of character and realism to a layout. So I'm going to take you in for a closer look. I'm going to have to take the camera off of the tripod and we'll go in for a closer look. All right, here's a closer look at the railing work. Going all the way down the stairs. That definitely was a transformation when I added them. A level of completion. And these lamps that go above the Wicked Wanda sign, they don't light, but I plan to have some kind of spotlight or something wherever I decide to put this. And I'm going to try to be as steady as I can, showing you the roof. Painted and weathered the shingles that you can also get from Bar Mills and lifted some of them for that added touch of detail and realism. I did make some caps for the top of the roof and the extension. Here's a look at the chimney, which you do have to file down at the correct angle with some tar around the base. So yeah, this thing is ready to go on the layout. 100% sure where I'm going to put it. And there was a section, I'll show it at the end of the video as I'm closing out with steels, but there was a section of rafters and these joints at the bottom or underside of the platform that were for some reason missing from the kit. And I contacted Bar Mills, and Nancy and Artie responded quickly and got those out to me. Took a little bit because of some technicalities, but I did get them. I must say that you have to have purchased the kits from Bar Mills or an authorized reseller in order to get that benefit. But they were very gracious in sending it to me. Thank you very much, Nancy and Artie. But I'm excited and definitely will do more of these kits in the future. But I thank you for watching the video and watching me go through this process. If you enjoyed the video, please like and also subscribe to my channel. We have more of these build videos that will be coming out, and I hope that you will join me when I try to put them together. All right, y'all. Later.